Good morning. It is Wednesday, November 16th, and that means it's day 17 of my 17-day fast. Uh, I got back from the gym not too long ago and got some really good news. I weighed myself and I was 189.5 pounds. So that means, let's see, before I started my pre-fasting, I was 211. So 11, 10 and a half, 20. That means I lost 21 and a half pounds since I started this fast. Um, yeah, because I consider that pre-fasting, fasting, even though that isn't accounted for in the 17 days of the 17-day fast. It really felt like a fast, and I think that's a lot of the those common side effects from fasting started started taking place. So even though I don't count it, it's it's uh, realistically this is what, like, day 17 plus 7, 24. This is really in reality like day 24 of a 24-day fast, but um I can't really call it a fast because I was, still eating like every day. So anyway, so that's good. What I say, 21 and a half pounds. That's fucking excellent because when I set out to fast in the first place, the weight loss um, wasn't a goal at all. It was more about giving things up, and there's a whole thing with that that I'm not going to get into, but because that's enough to know. It was about like sacrificing and releasing, being keeping myself independent of stuff like that. But anyway, so 21 and a half pounds. I'm pretty happy about that. It wasn't something I set out to do, but it's something I like. I don't think I'm gonna talk too much about what I'm gonna do beyond this, but there is gonna be more fasting, and weight loss is gonna be a good goal. Is gonna be like a major goal because I'm really happy with the weight loss that's happened. Let's see, 189.5. The last time I weighed anything close to that was 185, and that was like back in like 2003, 2004. So, it's been a while. I've just kind of gradually put on the pounds over the years, and I didn't realize it, till I look back at some of the other videos, um, and not even just compared to that, just every day I notice, like in the mirror, I notice that, I like the way that my face is leaned up and how my body has leaned up, and, I want to keep going, and so, yeah, weight loss is going to be a big thing beyond this, because I am going to keep fasting. I'll talk about that another day, like real soon. But yeah, so I'm happy with that weight loss, and I plan to keep it up. And the goal is actually pretty extreme. I like the extreme weight loss, and yeah, my overall goal is going to be kind of extreme as well. So so that's how that goes. As far as my original plans to do fasting, yeah, the original plan was to do like a 40-day fast. But I think, realistically, I'm not there yet. I know I can easily handle, like, a few days at a time, 3, 4 days easily. Um, Maybe 5 or 6 days is something I can try to like work up to. You know what? I'll talk about like my future plans for fasting in another really soon, like if not tomorrow, like in a couple days when I begin the fast again. I still have to work out the details, but the basic idea is it's gonna be like what I've been doing. Um, like I said, I set out to do like a 40, like a whatever 17-day water fast. But what ended up happening is it turned into like some sort of variation of an intermittent fast where I would fast for a few days and then I'd break fast and eat to work out. And, I think that works for me. I can do something like that long term. It's just a matter of deciding, okay, do I go this alternate day fasting, which is basically like fasting every other day, or alternating days, between eating, fasting, 24 hours eating, 24 hours fasting, just continuously like that. And so I think something like that would work for me. But I also do like the idea of doing a long extended water fast. I think that's something like down the road, like long term. That's not going to be something like this year or next year or part of my next fast. But I do like the idea, and I think I'm getting, with experience, racking up experience with this fasting is helping. Just overall, and this fasting experience, including the pre-fast, I think I have better idea of what it's going to be like. I think my body adjusted to it tremendously. My energy levels are consistently good, whereas like in the first, that first week, yeah, it was tough. The first week I had to, well, in the pre-fasting, my pre-fasting week, I ended up having to break fast unexpectedly because, the headaches were just so bad. I was having all, some of those side effects that people talk about, the headaches. Well, for me, it was mostly the headaches. And they were so bad that, there were days where, I mostly slept all day. They were so bad. And, I haven't had that since. There are a few days where I was kind of spacey. I mean, some people might tell you that, I'm usually a little spacey. But, even I felt like really spacey, like, well, that first week. So that's something my body adjusted to. And the urine, like I talked about that a lot in the early videos. I don't know. I was taking in adequate amounts of fluid, and maybe it was like some detoxification thing. And I don't know what happened, but my urine was like really, really dark. And that stopped. My body adjusted to that. Now it's pretty normal. I think it's still a little darker than usual for me, but um, it's I think it's like kind of like in that normal range now. What else? My eyes went yellow. So some days I still see a little yellow in them, but yeah, it got pretty bad. I took a lot of pictures, and yeah, they're definitely yellow. I show them to other people. They're definitely yellow. One thing I didn't mention is when I went to the store to pick up the coconut water that day, there was some guy that kept staring at my eyes. So you know, um, some people know, like maybe that person has had family member who had like liver disease or whatever, because that's what happens in severe liver disease. The yellow eyes, liver failure, cirrhosis. Yeah, stuff happens and the skin yellows and the eyes yellow, and I'm just guessing, but maybe that guy has a familiarity with it, and has seen yellow eyes before and saw that in me. I don't know, just a guess, but I also, like I said, I think most people wouldn't notice, because I've seen that clinically in the hospital. People who should know, no, more like students who maybe don't, they're there with the patients, and they don't realize till someone points it out. So I know, regular lay people, it's going to be that same way too, man. And I'm running out of time. I thought I'd have not much to say today, but what am I talking about? Yeah, and even my appetite's returning to normal. I remember I was pretty much binging every time I'd break fast early on, and today, I came home. I stopped by the grocery store because I plan to like eat today and tomorrow. I was gonna fast for the rest of today, but not. I came home with food that's regular for me. I came home with like green onions and like bell peppers and cucumbers, tomatoes. Those other days, man, I was like pigging out on, burgers and shit. Stuff I never get. And I wanted to talk about how I was gonna pass out at the gym today, but I'm out of time. But I was literally like blacking out, like I stopped hearing sound. I was fading in and out. But I don't know. I'm done. Bye.